Standing in the middle of a pea patch, y'all. A pea patch. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Figured Sunday evening was a good time for a little stroll. Had a good day at church over at Homer with Mom and Dad this morning. Good lunch. Chicken. Go figure on Sunday with the family. I hadn't been on this part of the property yet. This is on the north side. And I remember in the 80s it was here. But if you were in Nacogdoches County or shopped at a Brookshire's or Brookshire Brothers anytime in the 50s through probably the, I'd probably guess 70s, you probably ate some produce off of this old field right here. Yeah, don't let that little piece fool you. I'm about a mile, about a half a mile, maybe a mile from the end of it this way. And even as late as the 80s, I remember they were still farming this up here, and we'd come up for the summer. We had a little different vacation than most kids, but I wouldn't trade it. Come up for a week's vacation with Mima in Nacogdoches. And it was funny how it was always time with pea picking time. Go figure. We'd wake up, break it on, get our bellies full, and we'd walk an old lane that become infamous in the family. This road has been cut with a high line, so this isn't the original lane. It runs parallel, and it's growed up. Been a while since any footsteps went down that one. But hey Susan, how are you? Oklahoma. Hey Chris, good buddy of mine. I grew up with there in Huntsville on Turner Street. Good memories. I don't know if we was on Turner when I was making runs up here. Probably. But this over here to my right, I guess, well, this way. It's a pea field. Used to be. Watermelons, peas, purple hull peas. I don't know if you can beat them, that and cream crowders. But as I was saying, we would, and you can see behind me how far it goes. That's that shadow way back in there was where we hit the pea patch with an armful of bushel baskets. About daybreak, well after daybreak, that old East Texas summer dew and humidity, and we'd start picking. We'd come on up this hill, and we were kids. We enjoyed it until we got in that bullnettle. I don't know if anybody knows about that bullnettle. The old timers will. There ain't but one cure for bullnettle in the field, and it's not necessarily sanitary, but it'll sure stop the itch. I don't know how many acres this is, but you talk about some straight rows. I mean, you could set a compass to those rows. Old sandy. Look at that. Just nature reclaimed it. Guarantee that old furrows are still out there. Acres and acres and acres of peas. That's what they did. They farmed and they supplied grocery stores with produce. That's back when it was fresh and you didn't get it from Chile with a sticker on it. Got some pictures of, I never met my granddad on my maternal side. He died in 68, 69 on a Sunday, probably about this time of day. He was a preacher and evangelist, if you will. The church he was evangelizing at that point, still there. Called it Glory Land. And he'd preach a Sunday sermon in the morning, come home, and they didn't know stop on working. And he'd till those fields and come in long enough to get ready for church and go preach a revival. Well, he didn't show up on time that day. They found him in a field. My uncle told me he'd take me to it, so I may bring that to you. It's all grown up, obviously, but he was turning rows and hit a terrace on that tractor. And any of y'all been around agriculture for any amount of time, lightning and turnovers are probably some of the leading causes of death to a farmer on a tractor, especially in the 60s. Flipped the tractor and got pinned underneath it and died. Mama found him because he was late to the revival. Bad deal. That's a few years before I was born. But she remarried in 73 to a man named John Collingsworth, sergeant from World War II. And that was the only granddad I knew on this side, and he was a good man. He had farming in his blood, too. All that behind me, y'all, that's blackberries, or dewberries, as people are calling them. I'm afraid I got more dewberries than I know what to do with. May have to start shipping them out. But, man, good memories tonight as we begin another work week. I don't know that work knew a day off in this family. Still don't. Look at that. That's something. I know y'all got some fond memories of even a smaller garden growing up. Surely. All over the place. Let me see who we got on here. Yeah, hey Kim. Hey Brenda, how are you? Patty. Hey, we may have to do that. That freezer's getting full. I may have to do it. Let's see. Hey Allie, if you're still on. New Braunfels. There's Susan. Hey Susan again. Chris. I look like a fool trying to... That ain't hard for me to do though, is it? But y'all see how far I've walked and how, I mean, that's just... Kimberly knows. Kimberly's in here. Yep, we'd pick peas till about... Couldn't stand it past about 10 or 11. Come in and get some lunch, and we was hyper kids on summer break, so the adults would take a nap. We might shell before they took a nap. I think we did. Kind of hard to remember. We'd sit on that front porch and shell peas. And then they'd go take a nap, and about 3 or 4 o'clock, we'd ease down to Lake Sam Rayburn. Called it Couch's Place. It was a private land that we had access to where old Moss Creek hits a bottom there, flooded field. And I can't say that we knew anything about limits back in those days. As long as we had minnows, Mima was fishing, and we'd catch a whole big old mess of crappie, big old slabs back in those days. Come home, fry them up, and have fresh peas, cornbread, and crappie. I don't know if you can beat that. I know I couldn't beat it. But I hadn't stepped on a snake. Biggest snake in my life that scared me the worst was right about here. About 15 years ago. I come out and was messing around after it kind of growed up. And big old chicken snake was curled up in there. I thought it was a python. I ran back, got in my room, didn't move for the rest of the day. But yeah, here's a good shot. This will give you a perspective. It's a high line here now, but look at it. As far as you can see, that was peas, y'all. Peas, maybe a couple rows of watermelons. Straight as an arrow. Yep, all the way over. Good times. Everybody's got a story. I'm anxious to kind of the format where y'all can... no, you wasn't doing any fishing, Kimberly. You sure wasn't. You was on... I guess you rose to your calling with a Master of Science or a Master of Library, whatever that is. Master degree. Worked hard for it. And now you're spreading that on to little children's down there south of Conroe in the Woodlands. That's good stuff. We all got a part to play, don't we? Hope y'all play your part this week. Make a difference. Make somebody smile. Remember your heritage. And hope we can give you a format to kind of go back in time and remember the good stuff that built us all. We've all got it woven into our fabric. I'm just highly favored, I guess, and blessed to be able to return to this place, whether it be a short time or a long time, and walk down those old memory lanes, literally. Maybe invoke a better time and use this old social media for something good for once. But anyway, that's Sunday in Nacogdoches. Kimberly posted earlier on her personal timeline. It's been an extraordinary Sunday, and I'll have to agree with that. Love y'all. Thanks for watching and sharing. Nothing special here, but just somebody that loves his roots and doesn't mind talking about them. More good stories and full work week ahead. I just saw I got a lot of work if I'm going to get these blackberries picked. Mima wouldn't let any crop go to waste, so it's going to haunt me till I get it done. Anyway, love y'all, and I went on too long. Appreciate y'all tuning in and listen to the rambling. Have a wonderful work week and make somebody smile. Remember where you came from.